This fight scheduled 3 rounds in our unified amateur heavyweight division. Introducing first to my right, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 foot 9 inches tall, his official weight, 263.4 pounds. Representing Winnipeg Academy of Mixed Martial Arts in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And tonight, making his amateur MMA debut, please welcome Sean Pereira. Across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Standing 6 foot 2 inches tall, his official weight, 227 pounds even. His record, 2 wins, no losses. Representing Shea Bears MMA here in Edmonton, Alberta. Please welcome Jake Bronson Cree. When the cage door closes, your referee in charge is Luc Boutin.
Luc Boutin, the third man inside of the cage. Heavyweights about to collide.
With the second best mustache in the cage at this moment.
I don't know how that's possible.
I don't know how he got that nickname. You see
weird.
The little twinkle in his eye, and he looks like he's ready for war. Here we go.
Pereira in the blue gloves.
Green shorts.
Southpaw versus southpaw.
And it's Pereira stalking, but Craig trying to control the center of the cage, and a couple of massive fists land on the cranium.
Craig with that left hook right on the chin.
Yeah,
Pereira eating it well though.
Slight level, well, he's 60 pounds heavier. But, you know, the slight level change into the big shot was a beautiful move there, and a right hook there, and they're trading.
And he landed 3 back-to-back shots there again.
And what I love is Craig's patience. He's not just going after Pereira, even though he's landed some massive blows.
Yeah, beautiful work there from Jake Craig, but Pereira's not to be, like, he has the power. If he lands, he can put Jake Craig down. Even right there, he touched him, and he made Jake Craig move. So you have to keep into account that, you know, these are big dudes hitting each other, and anyone can fall down at any moment.
Craig trying to target the midsection of Pereira, an excellent tactic.
Wading forward, beautiful right hook there.
Craig again landed those shots. I don't know how much more of this Pereira can take.
Well,
oh, geez. Double jab, left
going
hand.
to town.
Loading up the right side. That was very impressive.
A knee up the middle by Craig. Is this the beginning of the end for Pereira?
Head positioning by Jake Craig looking really good, and then backing off, knowing that Pereira's backing up. Keeping the pressure on Pereira. Stalking with that beautiful overhand left and almost a backhand there.
Pereira counters though. It almost makes Craig stumble.
Clearly that is one of the strengths of Pereira, his ability to take punishment.
Well, the Homer Simpson strategy might not be the best one in this case because Jake Craig has come in to hurt someone. That cactus is right. I have to fight back.
Definitely commendable. Craig just kind of taking his time. He's picking his shots. You could easily burn yourself out here throwing 10, 20 shots back to back.
And that might be the case of why it's smart for him to stay at this weight class. He can keep a high pace and keep the pressure on. He still obviously hits hard, like we heard it and felt it when he landed those shots.
But as you mentioned, our main event later tonight, Chris Larson, our heavyweight champion, this is a guy that come fight time is what, 285? Maybe more?
He's a big boy, yeah.
So we see there, a little sneaky shot there. Jake Craig was setting up that body shot repeatedly, and this time he started to look for that beautiful jab. He started to look for that uppercut. Instead of looking like he's going for that body shot, he shot it up for a nice little clean lead hand uppercut, left hand.
Less than 10 seconds left to go in round number 1.
Jake Craig waiting forward with not reckless abandon. That's the nice thing. He knows that he's landing hard shots, but he's still taking his time.
Well, sometimes you hear that clapper and you smell blood, right? Like, let's go, go, go. No, let's finish this round off. We got another 3 minutes next round. Like, let's just see what else we can do.
As we look back at round number 1.
So here, right hook, and just following it up, keeping the pressure on the cage, and then when realizing that he's not going to put him away or the Pereira's trying to lock up with him, pushes off. Look at that left hand, right hook. Like, just beautiful work, and then circling away from the power by Jake Craig. Great footwork. The only issue I'd see is he's kind of like, even when he's getting touched, he's heavy on his lead leg, so he stumbles a little bit. And I can't tell that he's just being hit by a 280-pound person or because he's got so much weight on the heels.
You know, this is a great fight for Craig, and only he can showcase a lot of his skills here. Even if you notice the switch work that he's doing in his stance, switching from southpaw to orthodox, right? And he's landed those shots crisp too. So this would be great experience for him just to start playing with these combinations and see what he can make happen here in the coming rounds.
We saw that a lot with like the TJ Dillashaw's of the world and the Dominic Cruzes, where they're able to really seamlessly switch between stances.
It's a lot more prevalent, and it's always, it's always been a feat that I love to see fighters kind of catch on to.
Do we see that in the heavier weights? Obviously, when you're talking about Dominic Cruz, that's 135 pounds. A lot of these guys are so athletic, it's very easy. But what about when you're a heavyweight, when you're light heavyweight or higher?
But we have seen it in Curtis Blades.
That's right.
When he changed his fighting system to training with Bang Ludwig. And so I think we're going to see that it's effective depending on where you're at. The key is to transition those stances not in punching range.
Craig going to the body there with that right hand. That's one of the things I noticed in round one. Craig definitely had his chin up higher. I would imagine his team telling him to keep that low because you see the power that Pereira possesses. All it takes is one shot, and that could change the trajectory of this contest.
Well, oh, beautiful right hook, and he's hurt him. He definitely has him hurt right now with that right hook.
You're going to see the sweat beads fly off that right hook as he's hunting again. So skimmed off the top of Pereira's head on that one, and he shovels it to the body there.
So right there, and Pereira looks like he's already recovered. The big thing is right there, he was following Pereira instead of stalking him, staying in front, following where he's going. You have to stay on par with your partner. Right here, he's doing a better job. Beautiful overhand right there.
Oh. Jake Craig having his way with Sean Pereira.
Pereira finding some openings there, that left hook to the body. You know, if he can roll a little bit more over, like some of those shots are just glancing off the top of his head. Not that one as Craig lands another hook.
Big little short shot there from Jake Craig. Pereira doing a good job of holding on to him. Right here, they exchange knees. And look at that head positioning from Jake Craig. That's the key, is he needs to be right there. Beautiful shots there.
Big swiping. Punches landing by Craig, and there you see the chin up high. If Pereira can target that.
Beautiful.
Excellent timing here. You notice how he's just backing him against the cage with those paws, and then as soon as his back's against the cage, then he's teeing off.
The big issue comes with the head up and combined with the maracas, the salt and pepper shaker hands, where you leave those openings repeatedly. And maybe against a more mobile opponent that might not be, like, you might have to pay for it. Right here, Pereira's got that overhook now. Head positioning by Jake Craig is now sliding across as opposed to propping Pereira up. So hopefully we can see a little bit better head position from Jake Craig if he's going to continue to work from here. His knees have a lot of juice behind him though.
It's just that leverage, right? He's taking some weight off, leaning on Pereira, forcing him to fight to get out of there. He's burning energy. He's kind of stumble to the center of the ring.
Oh, and there you see Pereira.
Left hand.
Landing. He needs more of that, but does he have enough energy to do so?
I think Jake Craig doing the smart thing. He's seeing that he's having success and then breaking off instead of being in that range of exchange, so to speak.
Yeah, and again, just kind of pressuring him against the cage as he's landing that stiff jab. So clapper sounds with 10 seconds left in the round. Continues to stalk.
Will there be enough time here? But no, the referee comes in.
I put the blame on that one on the referee. Yeah. He was in the way. He was out of position when Jake Craig was looking to throw a big shot. I do not like that. Your job is to be seen. I get it, the clapper went, but you were in the way there, especially when obviously Pereira was hurt. I do not appreciate that as a former, like as someone that used to be in there. If you're in the way, you're likely to get hit.
And we look back at round number 2 from this heavyweight contest.
Let's see, we got a replay coming here.
I bet you there's more sweat flying. Ooh, beautiful right hand there. That right hook is deceiving, I think, because I don't think Pereira's used to seeing other southpaws. You know, like if you ever fight someone who's the opposite stance, like if that's all you've seen all the time, it's gonna be tough. Like your southpaw, you're gonna be going against southpaws all the time. But now when you're fighting another southpaw, now it's like when normal, like orthodox fighters fight each other.
Yeah. Well, and again, with the rounded amateur gloves, they seem to be glancing a lot more off of Pereira's chin and off the top of his head than they are landing flush, which again makes this an interesting contest, right?
As we are getting set for round number 3 for Jake Craig. Does he empty the tank here? I think we all agree that he is clearly ahead in this fight. It's been the punches, it has been the pressure. Now does he try to empty the tank and close out the show?
You know, if I was in this position, I would tell him, hey, you're doing great as you are. There's no need to risk it. We're still in this danger territory with these weight classes here. Like, this can end at any second. If Pereira starts throwing down or gets that second Homer Simpson win, you know, it's going to come back and it's going to end poorly for Jake. I think he's doing the right thing. He's got a good strategy. Stick with it.
Like right now, what Pereira knows he's down 2. He has nothing to lose. Jake Craig has everything to lose. He's built up 2 strong rounds. Why throw it in the garbage by getting lazy or like getting crazy, right?
The referee taking a look at Sean Pereira, bringing in the ringside physician, which is key. This is amateur.
I don't see anything there that would deter the fight, but the right eye is swelling up a little bit, but I don't see that being a stopping factor in the fight.
No, or like a little bit of a bloody nose, unless like he can't see, in which case he's just like, I can't see, in which case the orbital might be broken. They're probably checking to see if he can see through that or if he can look up. So what happens when you get a broken orbital, as I know, you can't look up because the structure is no longer, the muscle is no longer supporting the eye, so the eye starts to shake. But it looks like we're good to go. Let's throw down.
Pereira shoves off the doctor, says, I want some more of this. There's one more round.
Will he make the most of the last few minutes here of this heavyweight encounter?
I said do or die for Pereira this round here. Craig just needs to keep doing what he's been doing the past 2 rounds in order to take home the W.
Yeah, it's smart footwork, smart fighting. The fight IQ that we were talking about becomes so important. Beautiful teep. But like, why get out of your lane, right? Just do what's been working.
Craig trying to draw a reaction from Pereira with a couple of feints. Nice head movement displayed by Craig.
Pereira with the whirlwind there.
But that's the thing, right? You stay in that range too long, you could get clipped. And both guys are big and strong and hit hard. And apparently Pereira's head is made of the same thing that a bison's is.
And that's it. Clearly one of his strengths is his ability to take punches as he's slowly inching forward. But Craig's breaking character a little bit here. He's kind of overreaching on his punches. He's not using the same strikes he was in the first and second round.
Having that success could be the worst thing for him. Where he landed those hard strikes, and except right there where that was a great shot. But if you have success, sometimes you go back to the well too often, and that becomes a problem. Beautiful right hook there.
Pereira is kind of closing the distance and forcing Craig to fight in the pocket.
Well, like we said, he has nothing to lose. He's down 2. His job is to try and like knock his block off, right? That's what he needs to do. That's what he wants to do, and it seems to be working. He's making Jake Craig frustrated.
Solid shots by Craig as he starts teeing off of Pereira. He wants to end this fight now.
And he looks like he's just about to, almost breaking the will of Pereira. Pereira kind of turning away.
But Pereira is saying, I'm not done yet. I didn't hear no bell. And throwing back, and that's the key. Oh, looking for a throw or trip there.
That right hand just missing the mark. You see a bloody and battered Pereira, but not broken.
Beautiful body kick there. That is that 205 champ Graham Park yelling for from Jake Craig. Smart movement. Oh.
Again with that leading right hook. You see again his stance is switched back to orthodox as he tees off with his right hand.
You gotta end this. Front headlock at most, but like right here, he's landing those shots. He's not being tied up. There's no reason, this is amateur, there's no reason for him to continue to eat these shots.
Just itching to get in there. Will he stop this fight?
20 seconds remaining.
Looks on.
There's 15 seconds left, and
but there's no reason, Jake Craig thrilling the fans here at the sold-out River Cree Resort and Casino. A 3rd round stoppage, getting it done in style.
Some lucky fan has a bloody mouth guard in their dinner. Good for them. Yeah, great work there. That front headlock position, if you see here, those shots are being thrown. Lots of great shots and just accumulation of blows by Jake Craig on Pereira.
That fight could have easily been stopped a little bit sooner. Like I said, Pereira's kind of taking the toll of the shots as Craig's looking on to Bhutan. Hey man, like when are you gonna call this fight here?
Look at those, right there. And he's in that beautiful, that Randy Couture position where he has that frame, throwing those short uppercuts.
The dirty boxing, slipping right in there.
Oh yeah, beautiful work there. It's that right hook that sets everything else up. He hits him with the right hook. He's in that front headlock position right there. And he's following up those short shots, that dirty boxing. It's the third round where he's already taken an accumulation of blows. There's no reason for him to continue to get hit for no reason.
You know what, nothing but love for Pereira too. He had it out there. The doctor, he could have easily stopped, said he couldn't see, decided to continue on, and he held in there to the very last moment.
You know, but Luc Bhutan had no choice but to stop it. He was just continuing shots that are unanswered. Just because you're kind of covering up, that's not intelligently defending yourself. Pereira being tough, but at the same time, toughness only gets you so far and can sometimes hurt you in the long run. Hey. Great fight here.
We'll send it up to Don Andrews for our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Luc Bhutan stops the bout due to strikes. 2 minutes, 47 seconds of the third round. Your winner by technical knockout, Jake Bronson Cree.